Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 18th of June. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
Gary, big day yesterday.
Daniel's birthday.
Daniel
Peer's birthday. Yeah, it was big day yesterday.
Big week last week with
Yes.
my birthday.
It was your birthday.
Lamore's birthday.
It was Lamore's birthday.
Raffy Joffe shares the same birthday as I do.
Big birthday action at
Yep.
the company, Phil, and with
And
the team.
I was away, viewers, last week. You probably missed me from GPTV. Now, I was away for my birthday, but I am still accepting gifts up until the 30th of June.
You're good like that,
No,
aren't you?
please
You're good
feel
like that,
free to
yeah.
just drive past Orong Road, Caulfield North, number 348. Get out of the car, drop your gift in, and if you haven't had a chance to think what I like those little envelopes with cash. So that would be rather nice.
Did you declare those? Did you have to declare birthday presents with cash? I don't think so.
I don't
No.
believe so,
I don't think so.
unless they come in a briefcase.
Yeah, fair enough. Then you've got an issue, haven't you? Let
No,
that be the biggest
remember
problem.
the old movies where the villain would snap open the briefcase, right?
I always kind of admired those guys in a sick
and
way.
they'd open the briefcase, they'd
yeah.
snap it open, and there'd be just layers and layers of dollars. What do you reckon now? You snap open with Bitcoin. The villain's got Bitcoin.
Exactly right.
There's no fun. The villains have got no fun anymore.
I know.
Bitcoin's ruined the whole
Big
Hollywood.
Big cash, kind of image. Look, we're right off the track, Phil. We are right in winter, and it was a little bit cold.
Middle of June, yeah.
It's a little bit cold. The days are the shortest this time of year, I think.
Yep.
I think it is the shortest day, but it's a little bit cool out there, isn't it? And my feet have been a little bit cold. What about yourself?
Well, I must say, I referred to you, Gary, a couple of times across the weekend as you were dressed as a big black bear.
I was a bit bearish in my big
Because
overcoat.
you have this big overcoat.
Yeah, I like
and you're
that.
not a...
I'm not a little slim,
you're
taut
not a
fellow.
skinny guy, right?
No, that's true. That's a good observation.
And this is no shame. We're not into fat shaming or skinny shaming.
I like it.
This is just you're a cuddly guy.
Cuddly,
and when you have that big overcoat on, you did look like a big black bear.
And you did invite people at the auction to give me a cuddle, but no one volunteered, Phil, which was a bit disappointing.
And shout out to all the brown bears. This is not discriminatory. I'm not just talking about the black bears.
And why only bears? What about cubs? What about lions? What about
you
tigers?
look like a bear.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Look, let's talk a bit about the weekend. Before we do, Phil, we've got an email from John, our favourite international watcher.
Yes.
He sent a whole poem. I'm not going to read it all, but there is a line here about the birthday of the king.
Yep.
A factual way. It just says, it seems he's seen fresh crow's feet appearing on his face. I've been exercising and eating right, but the feet arrived at pace, he said. So he sort of noticed, he watches very closely, John.
Interesting, John, that you should say this, because I went to a health resort. That's why I was away.
Was it a resort where you just shut up for 10 days or a week? Because one of your boys has been
on one
of
of
those.
the silent retreat. No, Ben went on a 10-day silent retreat.
Did he whisper?
I don't know what he did, but it was a silent retreat. I mean, can you imagine either of us going to a silent retreat?
I actually think your son, Ben, which is somewhat of a genius, I don't think he went on any silent retreat. I just think for 10 days he didn't want to talk to you. And that was his excuse. And I reckon, Ben, you're onto something great. So I'm going now. When my break's coming up, I'm going on a silent retreat. So I'd really like to talk to you, but I'm not allowed to call or email or receive anything. So I'll see you later on.
So you've made me get off the topic, but I went to a health retreat, viewers, and one of the things that they do, they give you a complete physical, and the other thing that they do is that they get you to put your chin on this thing, like you lean in, you put your chin on like you're at the optometrist, right? Like that. And then they take a photo of your face, and they determine what's wrong with your face and your skin.
Did they ask you to stay a few extra weeks?
Having said that, they did say to me that I was the computer, the AI on the computer, came to the conclusion that that my skin and face was 10 years younger than my actual years.
Is that right?
So big tick. But then they highlighted...
You must have paid a lot to go to that place, I reckon.
They highlighted, because the whole thing about these health resorts is upselling you. And I admire them for doing so.
You gotta love that.
So they looked at my eyes and they said that there were some crow's feet, John.
Yeah.
There's some crow's feet.
Right.
And they had the solution, which was Botox. So I didn't have it.
You need to go to a health retreat to know about that.
I didn't have it, but I'm not beyond having it.
Again?
And I think I will go back next June to the same health resort, and I may well get some work done, viewers.
Don't you love it when you go and get your eyes checked and they say read the lines?
Yeah.
And you read the lines and then you just get to this line and it's just like QXV. Yes,
and you start dribbling.
and you start dribbling it, and you just say to the was that close? And she goes, oh yeah, that was really good. You know, you got not one letter.
Yeah.
Don't you love that?
I just make stuff
up. I know.
up.
I just make it exactly right. Yeah. Anyway. That's enough about health and aging, Phil, because goodness knows we could talk for a long time about it. But anyway, nice.
What wasn't
job.
aging though, Gary, on the weekend was our results, because
Not bad at all,
the industry had
64% it was, Philip, according to
and
REA.
We came in, Gary, at 79%.
We'll cop that.
In fact, we may as well round it up to 80%. We had a lot of options on.
We'll round it out to 100% if you like. Yeah.
Well, you can round up to the nearest. You know,
50%.
50%.
And get the other two rounded down.
Correct.
So we were 100% and they were 50. Is that it?
Correct.
Yeah, that's great. A lot of credibility we'll have. No, it was 64 versus 79. We can put up the towers, celebrate that just for a minute, because it wasn't a huge weekend.
It was pretty busy. We had over 20 auctions.
Yeah, but it wasn't a huge weekend. I mean, we've had plenty of 90% clearances with, as many auctions. So this is my take on the market. I think.
Give me your
that,
view. I'll give you
I'm going to say
fresh
this.
view.
I reckon that vendors are retreating while buyers are procrastinating. That is my
view. Retreating?
Yeah, because I think a lot of vendors are saying, you know what? I'm not going to get the price now that I wanted to. And while people are thinking about, do I buy it or not buy it, vendors are going, no, they're taking it off the table and withdrawing. I'm seeing a lot of properties, Philip, that vendors either won't come to the market or are taken off the market because they don't want to sell right now.
So why is that the case? Are you saying that the market's a bit softer?
I'm saying the prices have come back a little. I think it's clear about that.
So I'm going to give you a different spin, because I agree with what you're saying.
Yep.
But here's buyer's opportunity. There is no question. There is no question. And we see this all the time. Viewers, I know some cynical viewers out there will going, oh, talk the market up, talk the market up. But it's these little pullbacks in the market where if you're lucky enough to buy in these moments, that's when the money gets made. Because real estate, as we know, it's not going to drop by 10 or 15%, never does. But it does get these little momentary pullbacks where it's 5%, 6%,
and that's
3%.
why I made the statement, Philip, that while buyers are procrastinating and thinking about it, vendors are going, no. I'm off the market. So while vendors are withdrawing, while buyers are it's an interesting little time. And I don't think buyers are going to see a huge amount of volume coming onto the market, Philip. I think that volume came in March. There was some good volume. There was a lot of activity. But I reckon since March, April, it's come down a little bit. And I think that if you're a buyer, you've got a good opportunity to grab it now. Step up now.
Step up to the plate.
And grab
Interesting. I had an auction on Sunday, Gary. I don't know whether Acacia Street is undisclosed, right? And you'll check that while I'm looking at the camera.
It's undisclosed.
Acacia Street. Okay, I won't say the price. But interesting thing at Acacia Street, we had a good buyer.
Well, the range was 125 to 135.
Okay.
It sold in the range.
Okay. So
no big secret.
Here's something interesting. We had a really nice buyer on that. Young guy buying his first house. Mum and Dad were there. And we passed it into him. And there were two other buyers at the auction, both of whom wanted to buy the house but hadn't had their finance cleared. But both of these buyers felt that their finance would be through on Monday or Tuesday. So they were not in a position to participate in the auction. And I said to this young guy who held the highest bid, so I was negotiating with him, I said, look, if you wait, if you don't step up to the plate today, if you do not negotiate this sale today, on Monday, we're expecting either one or both of these parties to have their finance cleared. And if that's the case, you'll have competition in 24 hours. So he did step up to the plate. He increased his offer. We did sell it to him. So if he'd pulled back and was not sure or sat on the sidelines, he would have had competition.
Well, the message to
buyers. So these are these opportunities.
They are, and they come and go, Phil, like that. You've got to be quick. You've got to jump all over it. But I think the message for buyers is you've got to be organised and you've got to be decisive.
You do.
Because if you're not organised, and we had another situation last week where we had an offer on a property, a very beautiful property, and we had a second buyer, and the second buyer said, oh, I'm looking for my sister. I can't increase my offer. And unfortunately, the vendor just said, look, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. And the sister might have paid more, may not have. But, may well have. But our vendor was saying, you know what, I've got one secure offer. I'm out of here.
Just like the sister could have come through and said, you know what, it's not for you.
Exactly
and
right.
he would have stalled his sale.
And the other buyer might have got cold feet.
A bird in the hand, Gary, is worth two in the bush.
Very, very good. There'd be young people watching this. There are some young people saying, They don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
you know, a lot of young people, I went and got my chicken soup on Friday from Beck's Carvery in Bentley. If you want to get
Beck's Carvery in Bentley.
Just around the corner. It's on Centre Road.
Who would have thought?
I would have thought, because I go there regularly, Phil. It's around the corner.
You're a man of many
don't you worry
interesting
about
little
that.
towns.
Don't underestimate
a
me.
farmer's market here and a Beck's Carvery there.
Beck's Carvery.
Who would know that about you?
Well, there you go. And, you know, we're talking to Beck, you know, who is the Beck of Beck's Carvery with the best chicken soup on
have
Fridays.
You met Carvery?
In Centre Road. I haven't met Carvery yet, but in Centre Road, around the corner from Mackie Road, in that little group of shops there, Phil.
Yes.
And I've got to say, I have to say that, you know, I told her that I was lucky enough to go when I was overseas and see Frankie Valli.
Yes.
I said I was so lucky because he wasn't really playing at the main venue. He was off the sort of main drag. And
thought
she
he
said,
was dead.
And well, a lot of other people did too, but she had never heard of Frankie Valli.
Yeah.
And that's
How old was she?
She's in 40 something,
Right,
you know.
yeah.
I thought, and then I started playing her these Frankie Valli songs. She goes, "Wow, I know all those songs." Anyway,
Do you know a lot of young people? Tragic.
Yeah.
For poor young people. I mean, wouldn't you love to be young and
Yes.
poor young person?
I'd be happy to be young
you know,
and poor.
We say a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, and they just look at you like you're an idiot. It's like in the sales meeting on Monday, I said it's as rare as the blind man in the dark room looking for the black cat that's not there.
Yeah.
And I thought that is just it makes me laugh every time I say it. And they. Half the sales team
had a few resignations after
at
that.
me like we were idiots.
Yeah, a few people just don't want to be here anymore after that. I think I'll have to run the sales meeting from now on.
So I'll say it again. It's as rare as the blind man in the dark room looking for the black cat that's
isn't
not
even there. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, we amuse ourselves, so that's what keeps us going.
These two camera people that are looking at us, and there's not even a trace of a smile.
No, they're looking for another role as well, Phil. They got the bad rap having to do this. Now, look, let's just talk a little bit about the market, some of our results, what happened. Look, Phil, I was due to go to Hyatt on Saturday morning. We talked about Major Street, which I think is a major property. It was a fantastic property, in fact. And anyway, I didn't get to go because Vanessa McGlynn went and sold it before auction. The range was 125 to 1375. There was a bit of multiple buyer interest, but it all came to the fore before auction, sold undisclosed for over that price, Phil. Hewenden Road, I don't think that did sell, did it? But it will hopefully soon. 316 Hewenden Road, a wonderful property, that one, Phil. The other auction, Philip, that was interesting, never made it to auction, was this beautiful apartment in Robinson Street in Paran, in that fantastic Gurner development. We've got some footage of it while we're there. You had a wonderful time doing that video, didn't you?
I like that video. I went to Toscano's. Best, I reckon that's one of the best fruit shops on the planet.
It is good.
I went to Baker Blue. Gotta love the bread, particularly the
seeded bagels.
Seeded bagels are fantastic.
No, seeded breadsticks. I mean, the baguettes.
It's all amazing. Country Loaf is my favourite. And then I went to Bistro Thierry, where if you're looking for a great steak, Bistro Thierry is a happening place. Anyway, beautiful building, beautiful apartment, sold before auction.
Yes, we're trying to sell real estate, Phil, not all the restaurants.
I do want to talk about a property that I auctioned on Sunday, Gary. The price is undisclosed, so I'm not going to give the entire price, but I will give the last 6 digits of the price.
Oh, yes. Sure.
So the price is undisclosed on this fabulous house.
Hudson Street.
For these fabulous owners who sold it to these fabulous new people that just cannot wait to get into the house, and the last 6 digits were $888,888. Can't tell you what the first number is, but the reality is no prizes for guessing that it was a lovely Asian party, because the 8s, obviously,
the 8s are lucky, aren't they?
Very
Phil?
lucky.
And the feng shui is a very important part of
Feng
the Asian.
shui, Gary. Feng shui.
Feng shui is a very important part of the whole process, Phil, because I know that if you've got a house, Philip, and it's built on necessarily, you're facing a T-intersection, it's not going to be great for feng shui. And if it's number 4 or 44 or 444 or unit 4 at 444, probably not going to be too great, is it, Phil? Anyway, let's move on. We had a few other interesting sales. I had an auction in Royal Parade in Caulfield South. Now, that was an interesting one. I enjoyed that, Phil.
Nice
3
new building.
Nice new building.
It's about
nice
3 or 4 years old, that building.
Absolutely.
Great spot.
610 to 640 was the range, and sold, within it.
And a lot of properties are selling in the range, aren't they?
A lot more properties are, And I think that's a result of 2 things. Firstly, not as much FOMO and competition and heat per listing, number 1. And number 2, Phil, it's not really a rising market. It's a steady market now. Phil, I came to see you do the auction at 1 at 450 Hawthorne Road.
Shout out to the owners of that property, because they're gorgeous people.
They are.
And we sold there. They lived in the back. And we sold that successfully. Then we sold the front home, and that was a beautiful home. They did
was.
a great job building that, and shout out to the purchasers, lovely young couple.
And congratulations to the buyer and seller of 5 at 670 Inkerman Road, Caulfield North, which I had the pleasure of auctioning. We did it inside, Phil. A handful of people, but sometimes you don't need a big crowd to get the sale done, do you? Let's hoe in to this weekend's auction, Phil. Let's
got a busy weekend. Let's have a look.
We've got a busy weekend. Let's get it started, shall we? Phil, this weekend we are getting into late June auctions, aren't we? And very much excited to be doing so. We have on Saturday 20 auctions in, I think it is, I just counted, 18 different suburbs.
There you
I
go.
don't know if we've ever had more suburbs represented in one day.
That's a lot of suburbs,
That's
Gareth. There's a lot of auctions, a lot of suburbs. Let's jump into it.
Let's rip on through them. Philip, Magnolia Road is Leo Samuel's first auction.
Yes, a really good apartment, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Great location there, lovely apartment.
I am going to be Acheron Street, Philip. Acheron or Acheron Street, Court, I should say, in Hampton East. I'm looking forward to meeting Leon there.
Gary, gorgeous villa this with some wraparound garden area, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. That is a really good property. We love that style.
Not sure it will make it to auction, but we have been representing 809 at 2 Claremont Street, South Yarra. Beautiful apartment, this one, Phil.
Gary, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, secure parking in the basement and a storage cage and a wraparound balcony that is fabulous.
Double auction action at 11:30, Phil. You're going to kick off your weekend account auctioning in Riddell Parade, this fine-looking property.
Gary, this is the most magnificent property, architect designed, built to the highest possible standards. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a lock-up garage. This home is absolutely stunning.
Last weekend we sold in Royal Parade in Caulfield South, but this time we are selling in Royal Avenue. Glen Huntley Leo Samuel auctions this.
Gary, the style of property we continue to shout out about. This is a single-storey villa with courtyard gardens, 2 bedrooms, a lock-up garage, wonderful bathroom network. That's a great property.
Got a couple of great apartments happening in 62 Hotham Street, Phil. I'm not sure one's under contract. The other one will either go for auction this weekend or be pushed to a later date.
Gary, they're great 2-bedroom apartments and a beautiful building. That's really just the most timeless architecture, sort of Art Deco architecture. Brilliant building.
And there might be one more available there with a rooftop, Phil, because
okay.
That's a very exciting
Bring that
opportunity.
On, Gary.
Anderson Street, Bentley is Simon Radolnik's first auction on Saturday at 12:30.
Again, a single-storey villa, Gary, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a lock-up garage, a car space in front. Love that style of property. We keep saying it. We can't recommend it highly enough.
You are going from Riddell Parade, Nelswick, hopping up the road to Brighton East to Beltane Avenue.
Gary, beautiful home this. Absolutely beautiful. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, off-street car parking via a double lock-up garage, beautifully renovated throughout. That is a gorgeous home.
Part of our busy Saturday groove, Philip, continues with Leo Samuel meeting up with Mark Kirkham in Goulet Street.
Gary, a great apartment, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a car space, beautifully renovated throughout.
Right in the hum and bustle of Carnegie, Phil, Morton Avenue is a street we sell many properties and they just keep rolling out,
Gary,
and selling well.
That's off Koonang Road, where you couldn't get a more vital and vibrant area. You've got the train station on your doorstep. You've got all of those shops, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, a car space and a courtyard garden.
Mr. Murrumbina, I'd like to think of him as. That is Christian de Freck, who is selling 12 George Street, Murrumbina, with Leo Samuel auctioneer.
And Dizzy has been assisting him there. This is a lovely home, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, beautiful garden areas, magnificent inside.
One of the most exciting properties to hit the market in Caulfield North is auction on Saturday, Philip, at 1:30 p.m. I'll be meeting you there if it makes it to auction, because it might sell before, but 2A Rowena Street, Caulfield North is
Gary,
a splendid
this is the
home.
latest and the greatest, and it's massive. 4 bedrooms and a study, 4.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, gorgeous garden areas. That is a very large house. It is beautiful and it's brand new.
And it's Parkside, Phil. Looking forward to that. Talking about Parkside, we've got triple auction action at 2:30. We are going to be in Park Street, St Kilda West. This time Matthew Morley meets up with Jeremy Rosens.
1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. That's a really good apartment.
Eleanor Rigby, Phil, was a song originally by the Zoot, remade by the Beatles, I think. Could be the other way around. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong there, Gary.
2 at 2 Rigby Avenue, Carnegie, being auctioned by Graham Callan.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, a nice apartment.
We love Estar Road, Phil, and you've got auction honours at 2:30 with Mark Kirkham to do and sell number 56 Estelle Road, one of our more popular homes.
Gary, this is just magic, this home. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars. This is an architectural masterpiece. I love that property.
We've got triple auction action at 3:30, Philip. What an incredible video has been made for this spectacular penthouse at 301 at 80 Westbury Street.
Gary, this is a true penthouse because it's one of one on the top of the building. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 2 car spaces. You've got city views, you've got St Kilda views. That is a knockout apartment.
We go from Balaclava to Brighton, Philip, at the same time, 3:30. Leo Samuel is auctioning this wonderful property in Bay Street.
Well, you can't get much better address than that, can you? 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a car space.
Hawthorne Road is the home of our 3:30 auction. Philip, Nikki Janover's been handling this. Jeremy Rosens is the auctioneer.
Gary, what a great property, brand new, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking and wraparound garden areas.
This is a reminiscent of a New York or maybe a London-style apartment, Philip, with this absolutely incredible penthouse that goes to auction at 4:30 in Greville Street, Paran. Talk about great cosmopolitan living.
2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 car spaces, incredible terrace, and of course, you know, that Greville Street is home to Entrecôte, and if you've never eaten at Entrecôte, what a buzz of a place.
Well, I know Daniel Peer, very excited. He had a champagne evening there the other night with a few people coming through, so that was 4:30. Brings down the curtain on a busy Saturday. Shall we move to Sunday, Phil?
Yes, Gary. 7 Rockbrook comes out of the blocks. That's being handled by Daniel, Arlene and Romy. 3 or 4 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking on 414 square metres of land.
More royalty being represented, Philip, in Royal Avenue, 10 at 27 Royal Avenue. Graham Callan back there again.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, a wonderful apartment.
Simon Radolnik has one of the 12:30 auctions, this time in Dandenong Road, Phil. This is a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom apartment. Looks very affordable, and looking forward to that at 12:30. We move on to 7 Oron Grove. This is a masterpiece.
Gary, 4 bedrooms, 1 study, 2.5 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage, a swimming pool, everything that opens and shuts. What a beautiful home.
1:30, we're going to be in Inkerman Street, Phillips, in St Kilda Reese. Daniel Peer is the agent. You're the auctioneer. 421A Inkerman Street.
Gary, beautiful home. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a car space. That is just beautiful, that home.
Phil, the first time since the 1960s, I believe, this has been taken to the market. We've talked about this once before. What an incredible property with a beautiful pool and so pristine in terms of its presentation. 38 Hotham Street, I should say, in St Kilda Reese. We're looking forward to this one.
3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, car parking for 5 cars, Gary. That is a beautiful home from the front fence to the back fence and everything in between, including that gorgeous swimming pool.
We've got 2 left, Philip, both at 3:30. We're going to be in Nowong Road, 2 at 46 Nowong Road. Daniel Pear's been handling it, and you're the auctioneer.
Yes, Gary, and I think you called me Philip before.
Yeah.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, a double lock-up garage, gorgeous garden areas. That's a winner.
And Philip, you've got no more auctions, but Simon Radolnik closes out the day at 3:30 p.m. in Bamber Road.
Gary, love that home. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, lock-up garage, everything that opens and shuts. That is a fabulous property, and of course you've got Princess Park on your doorstep there.
The glasses are off, the crow's feet are out. It's the end of our show, Phil. It's good to have you back. And, you know, I have missed you, and it's lovely to have Nick here. It was lovely to have a Viv, and you'll have a few people in lieu of me very shortly,
As
Phil.
you go away on your European holiday,
Well, no,
Gary.
not exactly. You know, I've got a conference, Philip, to go. I've got a study tour. You know that that's legitimate.
Yes, I know.
I'm going to hear from Mark Buros. He's going to be at the conference.
Yes,
so I'm going to see
yes.
if maybe he's got some real estate to sell, Phil. You never know. I
Maybe,
might bring back a
maybe.
listing from him and some other amazing industry
Imagine
leaders.
if you come back as suntanned as Mark Buros.
Yeah, do you think I'll get his complexion by just
Not
talking to him?
Not a chance.
No,
he's
probably not.
He's a good-looking
He is.
rooster,
He's a very
Gary.
handsome man, isn't he? A bit of a, what do they call a
Silver fox.
Silver fox,
Yep,
yeah.
Yep.
That's a big wrap on this week's June edition of GPTV. It's good to be back. The band are back together temporarily, but good to be back with you. Welcome home.
Thank you.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week on GPTV. I'm Gary Pearce.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a fabulous week.